Rockeyez would like to welcome David Reece, Bonfire. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
What do you say, brother? Nice to talk to you. Greetings from Milan, Italy.
Cool. Italy, man. I've never been there, but I'd love to go. I could just imagine what it is, living there, So
yeah, I mean, it's like 75, dry, sunny. We've got the big Frontiers Festival this weekend. It's a happening month, man.
Wow. So Bonfire, yeah, I mean, a legendary band. What more can you say about them? They've been around for ages. And, now you're fronting the band. How'd that all take place?
Well, I was doing the Easy Livin thing with Hans Ziller, the guitarist, and that was his other band. Basically, when Bonfire wasn't playing.
Right.
And Bonfire were only actually doing about 2 shows a month.
Right.
Klaus is unable to do multiple dates any longer, so what he decided to do was, hey, I'm going to put my old band back together and go out on the road because I want to play.
Right.
So one day, and I think it was our last show was in the Czech Republic. It was in early December, and he looked at me and he said, Hans left Bonfire, and he goes, I refuse to give it up. It's my life's work.
Right.
Would you be interested in being the singer? And I said, sure, absolutely. So, of course, all the legal wranglings that incurred with that kind of stuff, it finally came about, and we started. So that's how it kind of happened. It was really easy because Hans and I toured all summer throughout Europe together.
Right.
So we understood each other. There's no drama. There's no lying. It was just like, you want to tour, Reece? How many shows can you do in a row? I said, I can do 5, 6. Okay, I'll book it. And then, in 3 days, I was on an airplane playing 30 shows a month,
Right.
So,
going back to, say, Tango Down, Charming Devil, which we reviewed, 4.5 stars. Was it easy to leave that project to join Hans?
I was a hired guy, Brian.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't really a band member.
Right.
I mean, it's John Kivel's baby. I mean, it's not really a band to me.
Right.
I was compensated for my services. I wrote on the first one, Identity Crisis, that I did. The Charming Devil was completely done. It was handed to me to just basically sing the parts,
Right.
that Jace Pollock had recorded. So I kind of followed the bouncing ball on that and just kind of put my thing to it.
Right.
And to be honest, Tango Down doesn't tour.
Right.
And to be a rock and roll band, there's so many bands that share files and make records, 10, 15 records a year sitting in their house. I mean, I'm tired of that. I want to tour.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm grateful for it. I mean, I'm grateful for being in the band. I've met some cool people. I met you. And, I did a few festivals that you guys are part of. But it wasn't enough for me, 3 shows a year. I can't cut my teeth on that,
Right. Now, Bonfire, you have a new CD coming out April 24th, Glorious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Already reviews are like all positive and stuff like that. I mean, on Amazon, that the CD ain't even out yet, and it's number 28 on Amazon.
Yeah, I was told yesterday the pre-sales just in Germany alone are 4,300.
Wow.
4,300. That was pre-sales, I guess, some Amazon report. That's why you got the top 30 report from Amazon. So that's a great sign. I mean, I was a little nervous, to be honest. I mean, this guy, Klaus, was in the band for 25 years,
Right.
And I had some haters, come in and try to murder me, on the internet. And I just said, hey, Klaus officially left in October. He announced on the last show, I'm done.
Right.
So.
Wow. And also in Germany on the Bullets metal chart, it's number 1. So I mean, you must be ecstatic with the great start and the reviews already coming in.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I mean, I got a great team behind me with Barilla Records. They have limited artists on their label. They really get behind it. We've got a great publicist in Europe, out of Cologne, Germany. But you got to get that stuff. You got to have a good album,
right?
And we heard the songs, I mean, Hans would play me the tracks on the bus, you know, and I would they were just like guitar riffs, you know, and I think out of 30, I picked 4 that I kind of liked.
Right.
So, I mean, what we had to start with and what Hans and I finished and what we got, I'm really proud of, dude. It's my best album for years. I mean, I'm really behind it. I don't know. I listen to it every day because I'm getting ready to tour again. I start next month, you know.
Right.
And it's great. I'm totally thrilled with the response. I mean, it can go either way. You know? They can hate you or they can love you. There's no middle, dude.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're going to get both. You know, I mean, you know, I read, you know, people bitching and I heard people praising. You know, so like, you know, I guess they just better wait for the CD to make any kind of, you know, judgment on you or the band. You know.
Well, I mean, I knew Ronnie Dio for years, and you know what he told me one time?
What
he said, dude, he was talking about Sabbath, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was like when I was in Accept, it was the same thing. You know, there was Udo lovers and David haters, and there was David lovers and Udo haters, you know, and Ronnie said, you stick your head in the lion's mouth, and if he bites down, there goes your freaking head. And, you know, he was right. And it's something that I know I'm confident in myself as a singer, but not just because I feel that way doesn't mean that the diehard Klaus fans are going to like what I did. So I'm cool with that. I respect that.
Right. Wow.
You know, I got people that hated me in Tango Down. I mean, you know.
Yeah. True. But you must be pretty comfortable. I mean, you got your buddy Ronnie Parks over there, too, with you. You know?
Yeah, that was a what's the word, prerequisite for my endeavors. I mean, when I did Easy Livin', Ronnie had he was thrown at me with Tango Down.
Right.
He let Chris go, and I was unaware of it. I mean, I basically walked into rehearsal and Ronnie was standing there on bass, and I don't even really know what happened, but I got to know Ronnie, and I started realizing this cat's paid his dues. I mean, he's kind of he's one of those guys that doesn't. I mean, everything just is well thought out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's always wanted to actually tour. So when Hans asked me to do Easy Livin', I said, I'll do it on this condition that Ronnie's the bass player.
Cool.
Next thing you know, Ronnie's playing on the album, he's touring Europe with me.
Wow.
So being on stage with Ronnie for the summer, it was just the right thing to do. I mean, it takes a lot, man. When you're in a bus with a bunch of guys, I mean, you usually know if you tell the old lady, hey, I'm leaving, I'll be back in 2 weeks or maybe 2 days. You don't know.
Right. Yep.
You could walk into a nightmare. You know in about 48 hours if it's going to be smooth or not,
Right. Plus, he's a good guy, So.
Yeah, and he's a really good human being, and he's a really damn good bass player. I mean, he does a lot of things behind the scenes for the band, too. He's really good with promotion, and people like talking to him, so it's all good,
Right. Now you're going to be touring Europe first, and, I saw the dates posted and stuff like that, and then you come to United States, and I see you'll be playing Rock and Skull in Oklahoma in October. What about other dates in the U.S.? Are you going to hit the West Coast and East Coast, or what's up?
Dude, it's like, we had an agent for a couple of weeks. Everything was looking really good. Then he's vanished.
Right.
Right now, we got another agent that's procuring dates, filling in pockets. We're definitely going to do the ones we have in the States. But compared to Europe, Bonfire is not that well known in America. I'm not going to exaggerate. They're known, but we're not like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of the clubs and theaters are like, whoa,
Right.
A little gun shy, but yeah, we're going to definitely do the ones that are confirmed, but right now we're just kind of waiting. I think in September we go to Spain, and then from there we fly and do the Rock and Skull stuff in some other U.S. states. But
right.
I want to. Ronnie's talking about the East Coast, which it makes sense. Get off a plane from Europe, start in New York, work your way down, go over to Illinois, go home.
Cool. Now let's get back to the CD again, Glorious. You have 14 tracks I see on here, and was there any particular favorite when you're singing them in the studio with the recording?
I'm a huge fan of Shooting Star right now.
Right.
I like Remember a lot. Do you have the album?
I don't have the particular album, but I heard most of it.
Okay, cool. I like Shooting Star, Remember. I like Falling Out of Love is hard to do. That's one of my favorites right now.
Right.
But it's kind of changing too. It's weird. I typically don't like what I do after I finish it because I've been around it so long. And then a couple weeks later, I start listening. And then those right now are the ones that are grabbing me.
Cool. Now, how long have you lived in Italy now?
Well, I've actually been living in Europe on and off now for years, and I was in Germany for a long time, and then I went back to Montana.
Right.
I've been in Italy for December.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, early December. I finished the tour with Easy and jumped on a plane and came over here. And it's actually pretty convenient, financially and everything, to be in the loop. I'm only like 45 minutes by airplane to Munich, you know what I mean?
Right. Do you miss, being home and doing your regular routine and hunting and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, the rules over here for even having a weapon are ridiculous. You have to check it out, check it in. You can't keep it at home. I mean, it's a very socialist mentality. And, yeah, I miss that. I mean, I miss the freedom of jumping in my pickup truck and going bird hunting with my dogs, But hopefully, I'll be blessed to where this will allow me to be able to do both, as opposed to living in America and running a painting business and being consumed by customers and working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and not being able to do this.
Right.
It's like juggling alley cats, you know what I mean?
Right. Being in Bonfire is...
I kind of want...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
No, I was just wondering, being in Bonfire, is that kind of like a dream come true, or do you consider it just another job?
It's a dream come true, and the main reason I wanted to kind of reiterate was when Hans asked me, when he asked me to do the touring with Easy Livin and do that record. I don't know how many times, Brian, people have told me, hey, you want to tour? And you're like, yeah, and you get all excited, and they start talking, and then nothing happens. Up to like the day before of liftoff, we're not going to do it. So I didn't believe a word he was saying, to be honest, and I mean, literally he threw, within 3 or 4 days, I had 6 or 7 confirmed in a row in Germany. I'm like, wow.
Right.
And then he says, well, we'll do this. Can you come over this day and go home that day? Well, yeah. So it is a dream come true for me because, I've been kicking this horse a long time, dude. I haven't toured like this in 20 years.
Right.
I mean, I'll do 2 or 3 shows a year, which I'm grateful for, but you cannot, get the motor oiled and the voice really be a singer without getting your legs on stage. I mean, it's like I don't know, the wilderness. When you get on stage and you're with a band that plays together for a while, especially like these guys, they're seasoned cats, man, and they like what I used to do. I mean, they do all the big shows too,
Right.
We headline, we open. I mean, there's talk of us doing some Def Leppard dates right now in Europe. I'm all for that. I mean, they've done that with them before. They've opened for Priest before. They've done. Yeah, it's a great thing. I mean, so far, barring health issues or anything, I'm really happy.
Right. Cool. That's cool. How do you think the body's going to hold up?
Ronnie?
No, your body.
My body is good. I mean, I'm singing about 3 hours a day right now. I've been training for 4 months. I'm running, I'm getting ready for the onslaught because the first schedule is 11 shows in a row.
Right.
I mean, it's brutal.
Wow.
I'm good. I did 9 on the last stint, and I was still strong every night. But as soon as I finished that, I got really run down, and I caught a terrible flu, and I was in bed for a week. Lost my voice. I just pushed it.
Right.
I'm good. I mean, it's all in your head. If you want it, you got to go for it.
Right. How are the fans different in Germany compared to the United States?
Well, we do the melodic festivals, of course, that I see you at all the time. So everybody there is really traditionally just out of their mind. They know the songs. They love you. They follow your career. They're very familiar with what you do.
Right.
So in a sense, it's the same here. They're not as quick to change their loyalty to group. If they like you, it's lifelong. That kind of goes back to what you were saying about Bonfire before.
Right.
There are people that are just not going to accept that Klaus is done.
Right.
They follow a band. They wear their leather jacket, with the denim jacket on top with all the Bonfire patches. They're fanatics. And they, got normal lives like everybody else, but they live for rock and roll,
Right. Wow. So you're touring again, like you said, the United States, Europe, and stuff like that. How many songs do you think you'll end up playing, like at a live show?
Right now, it's looking at about 75 minutes vocally with the drum solo. So that's like 18 songs.
Wow, that's pretty tough.
What?
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, the cool thing is that I wrote a lot of the material, the new stuff, so it's in my register.
Right.
The cloud stuff isn't that difficult for me. I found. I mean, I'm cheating a few things, changing a few things, but no, it seems to be okay. I mean, I was doing with Easy, we would do like Long Live Rock and Roll and some other covers that were pretty up in space, but I got through it. I mean, I'm 55 years old this August.
Wow.
I mean, I'm no spring chicken. Yeah. So, if you take care of yourself and you sleep and you don't take drugs and you don't drink too much and you sing every day, you'll be okay. Cool.
Definitely cool. Is there any particulars, like when you're going to be touring? I know you're going to be touring pretty soon. Is there any particulars like you have on the tour rider that you'd really want to get?
What do you mean?
Like any, a lot of people ask for just towels and food, and is there anything that you want yourself?
Yeah, I pretty much, I want my own room.
Right.
I demand that. I don't want people in my room raising hell talking. And I like my own privacy. I don't talk much on tour because I have to save my pipes. I got my special liking for German beer. I always have that on the rider. I try to eat really good. I'm pretty easy, basically that everybody just plays the game and doesn't start shit. That's my biggest demand. I mean, when the drama starts, that's when the ship starts to sink. So far, everything's, Ronnie's real easy to tour with. Hans, he's been doing it since before he was born, I think. I mean, everybody kind of knows, what to do. Everybody kind of goes in their own little space in the dressing room. I kind of just go hang out and hide and, I'm really not. No, I don't have any freaky demands. I don't think. I mean, I like to have robes, good clean robes that I can throw on after.
Right.
Because in Europe it can be, in May, June, you can get, down into the 30s at night and kind of foggy and misty, and you can go from 100 or 90-degree day to, pretty lousy weather at night. So you have to be careful with your exposure.
Right. Like you had the band Easy Livin' and stuff like that, and you switched to Bonfire. Was that a big decision or a hard decision, or what you had to go through to? I know Hans was the founding member, but I mean, a lot of people was wondering, why didn't he just keep it Easy Living and stuff like that?
The truth is, man, we play. Sometimes we do 500 people a night in the club. Sometimes 50.
Right.
I mean, the bottom line is do you want to put the brand Bonfire behind this? Because the drummer and the guitar player are Bonfire anyway.
Right.
And everybody knows you, Reece. We can take this and do the shows that I've always wanted to keep doing that Klaus can't do.
Right.
And I want to. I mean, we can make a pretty handsome living touring Europe. To be honest, as opposed to playing with Easy Living for 40 people. I mean, House of Lords comes over and plays Europe, and they're doing 20, 30 people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not a lucrative.
Yeah.
The answer was pretty quick when he asked me. I said, "Yeah, I know what kind of numbers they do. I know what they do. I know how many people go.
Uh-huh.
I know what kind of festivals we do." It was a simple answer for me.
Cool. Now, when you're doing the songs by Klaus and stuff like that, does anything go through your mind, or do you, or you just put the David Reece stamp on it?
Obviously, I have to kind of keep it close to the original,
Right.
And we recorded, we did two of their classics. We did American Nights and Sweet Obsession on this record for bonus tracks to kind of warm the people up to it in the press.
Right.
Because a lot of promoters are like, whoa, what's going on? Because they know how I sing, and what I've done. There was a political maneuver, to be honest, and to let the crowd go, hey, we're doing this, we're trying to focus on it. I mean, it doesn't sound like Klaus, but we re-recorded the songs in the old way, the same way.
Right.
But I don't really, like I said, they bite my head off, They throw things at me, then I realize, hey, it didn't work.
Right.
But I'm pretty good at what I do, so I know how to reach an audience, so it's basically how you deliver the song.
Right. Definitely.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, at the Melodic Rock show, I mean, you had shitloads of energy, and there were always amazing shows. So, I know firsthand that you can do it, So
Thank you. Thank you.
It was amazing. And you've always been a friend to me, so that's always a plus,
Yeah, I mean, I got no room for assholes in my life, dude. I have no room for it.
Cool.
People are cool. I'm cool back. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely.
I've seen it all. I mean, I don't have time for the idiots and the arguing. It just is not. I want to be happy.
Right. Wow. So what are your hopes for this album and the future?
Well, we're number one right now. I can't go much higher than that. I reached that goal. I mean, unless there's a 1+ that I'm not aware of. I know the official Billboard charts come out. There's another one in Europe that come out a week after official release date, so it's yet to be seen where that goes.
Right.
A lot of times the reason it debuts so high in the charts is because how many units were pressed.
Right.
But, a lot of bands will press 20,000 units and sell 3.
Yeah.
So far we've done over 4,000, so that's a nice thing. My expectations have exceeded, to be honest. I mean, David is a solo guy, or Tango Down, Tango Down might do 1,000, 1,500. David's a solo guy, 2,000, 2,500, in Europe. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd say a successful record was 4,000 copies.
Wow. Yes.
Back in the day, I mean, you had to do at least gold before they'd even give you another album, so.
Right, true. Definitely true.
But I mean, so far, I just want to stay healthy. I want to, fulfill my obligations. I'm writing another solo album right now. I'm hanging out with some heavy cats here in Europe and just writing songs and jamming and keeping my voice awake. We do that quite often. I mean, I worked with Alessandro Del Vecchio on this Bonfire album. He mixed it and mastered it.
Right.
So working with that guy, you end up running into 10 million people that everybody knows. He's an amazing guy. He's an amazing talent. There's another guy named Mario Percadani that's in Hungry Heart. He's Ted Poley's guitar player in Europe.
Wow.
Hanging out with him, I'm surrounded by really positive people that want to play.
Right.
So if I can maintain that and maybe write another solo album too this year or next year, great. But I know that we're going to probably do 3 albums together with Bonfire. That's the plan.
Cool. That's what I was going to
We got a live album. We're recording all the shows this year. So the plan is September we'll have a live album too of all this new material and the old stuff.
Oh, Christmas gifts. September, right in time for Christmas. Good marketing.
Yeah.
Good.
Comes out in August. You haven't gotten the album yet. You need a copy of the full album?
Yeah, I was going to write Willie today, and see what happens. Usually he's pretty good. So
yeah, he's real good about it. Yeah, he'll get it done.
Yeah, but congratulations, man.
Thank you very much, Brian. Weren't you having some issues with one of your kids? They were sick or something?
Oh yeah, Tyler. He's pretty good. And, he's okay now. He's running around the room and stuff like that. He's like he could be a rocker because all he does is stay up all night. So thanks for asking. I really appreciate it. And
I was just wondering. I didn't know how to ask, but I said, well, I'll just throw it out there. And
he's good. So congratulations once again. And would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Just thank you. I'm blessed. Thank you very much. I don't know what to say. That's a tough question to answer. But the most important is just be thankful and hopefully this U.S. thing really comes into fruition because I asked for 14 dates.
Right. And
what did you say? We have Oklahoma and Illinois confirmed.
Yeah. Yep.
Where are we playing in Oklahoma? I'm not even aware. Do you know?
Ain't that the Rock and Skull thing?
Rock and Skull's in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. That's what I meant. I don't know where else. I thought you were playing Oklahoma too. So.
We might be. I actually talked to some agents there. They may have put it on. I haven't even looked yet. So.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully you do the East Coast states so I can be there. And it's amazing that.
Absolutely. Ronnie, he's working on it.
Right.
We tried to do a dual bill with Ted Poley, but Ted says it's just so bad right now in America that it's hard to get club owners to come off the money to make it financially workable to where we're willing to go over and just sell merchandise and cover our flights,
Right.
But they're not even willing to help us with that. So it's tough, man.
Right. Well, thanks very much, and I really appreciate the music, your friendship, and go out there and kick some ass, man.
Thank you, brother. God bless you, man. Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.
Cool. Talk to you later, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.